about to happen. This next ministry, which we're going to close out this segment of worship, is kind of like a pageantry. So we've heard from the different nations, we've heard it in different tongues. But say there's a kingdom sound. Come on, say there's a kingdom sound.
There's a kingdom sound. Yes.
The kingdom sound doesn't sound like anything that we are accustomed to, okay? But it comes together, if you will, all of us, it comes together in a sound. That's why I keep trying to get y'all to shout. There's a sound because when the enemy has been identified as the prince of the air, you have to command your airways. You have to take charge of it, amen? So there's a kingdom sound that comes out. And it's a sound, once it comes out, it's a sound of victory. And I love how Israel Houghton, the singer, how he was sharing this. It's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's not a Latino thing, it's not an African. It's a kingdom thing. It's about the king. Amen? So, how many are familiar with the Ark of the Covenant? And the Ark of the Covenant really just symbolizes that God put his glory in a box. Because he was waiting to shift the box in us. He was waiting to put the glory in you. Amen? But he wanted to teach us through King David. When David brought the glory home, the Ark of the Covenant home, because they didn't handle it properly and they lost it. And then they didn't handle it properly coming home. That David lost some priests along the way. And it broke his heart because he was so excited to bring the glory home again. But you know that you just can't handle God any kind of way. You can't become too familiar with the glory. Amen? Amen. And sometimes we get familiar with the glory. We just race on in to his presence and wonder why havoc is all around us. God, where are you? But we should take a lesson from King David. He was so happy when he got it right. And God knew that he would do this because he knows things ahead of time. That David would be so excited that he would dance out of the garment of prestige, the garment of authority. He didn't care how foolish he looked in his position and title. It meant nothing to God. And as the daughters of the kingdom of God, we need to learn to strip off the titles. What nation I came from, what my speech is, who I am. Who I am is who I am in the Lord. And when we snooze on our job, that's why we see all this crap going on. That's right. And it's really being fueled through racism. Amen. Come on now. See, the enemy didn't want you to get here today. He didn't want Africans and Latinos and Americans. He didn't want you to sit here. Oh, you better know that. You threatened him. And if I could tell you all the things that went on behind the scenes, that was crazy. It would blow your mind. But that's okay. Because we've got the victory. Amen? Amen. You got a chair. You got a nice table setting. I don't care if the shipments were messed up. He tried to mess up. One of the pastors got a flat tire on the way. He even messed with her all the way to here. Yeah. But she still came. Amen. Yes. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. So we're going to, I want you to stand up. If you can. Those that can. Stand up. And when you begin to feel the presence of God, those that can, I want you to begin to, whatever expression that God is telling you to do, I want you to do it. I want you to obey it. I have a photo of me obeying God that I didn't know was going to happen. And the photographer caught an angel in my picture as I was worshiping. With nobody behind me. They couldn't got behind me. The photographer freaked out like, who is this? So you got to pay attention of the type of worship that God is asking of you. Because what happens is your worship joins heaven and heaven joins earth. And then we shake up some stuff. Amen? Your kids get saved. Your husband Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. So I want you to just begin to pray in the Spirit. However, whatever language, however you do it, you have freedom in this place. Hallelujah, to worship the King. Kelsey, go ahead and start. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you.